Hey guys, Sean here, and we now have 1,500 subscribers, and thank you all so much for subscribing. If you've been with us since 2016, or if you've just found our channel from our Too Much Thomas videos, thank you so much. When we got 1,000 subscribers, we made our top 50 favorite films video, and now here is the second part of that list, my top 100 to 50 favorite films. Number 100, starting off with something you've never heard of, a tie between The Love Parade and Love Me Tonight. The Love Parade is the first narrative musical ever made, which means the Broadway Melody was the first full talkie to have musical numbers, but The Love Parade was the first movie to have the musical numbers tell the plot, and it's also a lot better than Broadway Melody. It stars Maurice Chevalier and Jeanette MacDonald. Ernest Lubitsch is just such a great classic director, and it's also really funny. Love Me Tonight stars those two, but it's directed by Ruben Mamoulian, who directed Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde the year before, and it's also a really good musical. The opening is people in Paris just doing everyday stuff, and then they eventually create a rhythm, and then a musical number happens. That's reason enough to watch this. Number 99, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, my third favorite Tarantino movie, and one of the most quotable movies of the last couple years. Come on, don't cry for the Mexicans. In about 7 years, we'll be living it. Number 98, Knives Out, a really good murder mystery, and also one of my favorite movies of 2019, and it's also another really quotable movie. Who is that guy? I read a tweet about a New Yorker article about you. You're famous! Number 97, The Cat Returns. This is the most underrated Ghibli movie. It's just really cute and really funny, and it's probably my favorite Ghibli movie that's not made by Miyazaki. Number 96, Alita Battle Angel. Just like in my underrated and overlooked video, this has some of the best visuals and best action of any movie. I really hope it gets a sequel. Number 95, Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. These are just the pinnacle of blockbuster entertainment, and all the characters and the spectacle are just really great, and it's really great to see how 11 years of world building can pay off. Number 94, Interstellar. Yeah, Christopher Nolan is another great director. This just has amazing visuals, and Hans Zimmer's music is always great. It always makes the scenes just really intense. Number 93, In the Heat of the Night. One of the best racism is bad movies, and a pretty good murder mystery. I mean, Sidney Poitier and Rod Steiger are really great in the movie. Number 92, Laurence Olivier's Hamlet. I know what you're thinking, hey Sean, why is Hamlet above movies like Avengers Infinity War and Interstellar? Well, it's mainly because of nostalgia. We're in 11th grade, my literature class read Hamlet, and we watched Kenneth Branagh's Hamlet, as well as one with Mel Gibson and one with David Tennant. I like this Hamlet more than all those other Hamlets because this just has really good directing, unlike most movies of that time that were based on plays. Number 91, Shall We Dance? This is my third favorite Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers movie. I think this is the funniest one out of all of them. You've got to marry me. But Linda, this is so sudden. Peter, do you know where we are? Don't tell me. New York. Number 90, a tie between High Anxiety and Blazing Saddles. Blazing Saddles is just a classic, and High Anxiety is also a really overlooked Mel Brooks movie. They're not as funny as Young Frankenstein, but they're still really good spoof movies. Number 89, another tie between For a Few Dollars More and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I like these two more than A Fistful of Dollars because I just couldn't get past the terrible dubbing of Italian, but Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is just a classic western, and Clint Eastwood and Lee Van Cleef make a really good team in For a Few Dollars More. Number 88, Psycho. I mean, what more could I say about Psycho? It's just a perfect suspense movie. Alfred Hitchcock is just one of the greatest directors just ever. Number 87, yet another tie between Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 4. The third one is just a really good conclusion to the trilogy of what that trilogy set up, and when I first saw Toy Story 4, I was kind of conflicted about it, but when I saw it again and thought about it some more, I just realized it's just as good as the third one. Number 86, a tie between Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, and Fallout. These are just the go-tos when I want to watch a fun and intense action movie. Number 85, Incredibles 2. It's definitely not as good as the first one, but it still just has great action and great characters. Number 84, All About Eve. This is one of my favorite classic dramas and one of my favorite Best Picture winners. It just has great acting and also great dialogue. Number 83, Coco, another great Pixar movie. It just has great music and animation, and it's also really emotional. Number 82, Top Hat. This is just classic Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, and the songs and dancing are great as always. Number 81, 12 Angry Men. This is just a really great courtroom drama. I mean, it's just people talking for 90 minutes, and it's never boring. Number 79, You Can't Take It With You. This is an overlooked Frank Capra and Jimmy Stewart movie about two very different families that rediscover the simple joys of life. It's my third favorite Best Picture winner now. You'll see which one is above this and below Chicago later in this list. Number 78, Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is the one that started it all. Indiana Jones is just such a good character, and the action is just some of the best in movie history. Number 77, Zombieland. This is a really funny comedy. All the characters are great, and the Bill Murray scene is just amazing. Number 76, Tropic Thunder. Just like what Aaron said, this is one of the funniest movies we've ever seen, and I also think it's one of Tom Cruise's best performances. Try to get them apple bottom team boots with the fur. Number 75, Megamind. This is my third favorite DreamWorks movie after Shrek 2 and Shrek, and it's just a great superhero movie, and it's great of how it subverts the tropes of a regular superhero movie, and it's also really funny. Number 74, Inception. This is Christopher Nolan's best movie. It's just really intense, and Hans Zimmer's score just makes any scene just really great. Number 73, Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. This is a great musical. All the songs are just great to listen to, and like I said in the Blu-ray update video, this movie is how to adapt a Broadway musical into a movie, and Cats isn't. These are my friends. Okay, that's enough. Number 72, Porco Rosso. This, along with Castle in the Sky, is probably Miyazaki's most overlooked movies, and the animation is just Thanksgiving dinner for your eyes. The flying sequences are great, and something else that not a lot of people talk about is Kimberly Williams Paisley as Fio is probably one of the best voice performances of any one of the English dubs of these movies. Number 71, Lupin III, The Castle of Cagliostro. This is Miyazaki's first movie, and all the characters and animation are great, and it's based on a show that was inspired by the same things as Indiana Jones and Tintin, so you can tell why I like it. Number 70, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I never watched this until last year, and it was just an experience. I mean, the gargoyles were stupid, but everything else was just amazing. Hellfire is just one of the greatest scenes in movie history, just unironically. Number 69, The Merry Widow. Another great Ernest Lubitsch musical where Maurice Chevalier falls in love with a widow, but he doesn't know it's Jeanette MacDonald. The Lubitsch touch is on full display here. Maurice Chevalier is just drowning in women in this movie. The warden's daughter brought him his supper personally into his cell. Then what happened? Nothing. I tell you, he's a changed man. Number 68, Paddington 1 and 2. These are just two really wholesome family movies. They're just really funny, and all the acting is amazing. I can't wait for the third one, and even though Paul King is making a Willy Wonka movie for some reason, it's probably not going to be bad, but why can't he just make Paddington 3 and complete the trilogy? Number 67, Up. Hey look, another Pixar movie on this list. Pete Docter is just one of my favorite directors, and even my least favorite movie of his is Almost Perfect. The first 10 minutes are just really sad, and the rest of the movie is just a really good adventure story. Number 66, Men in Black. This is just a classic 90s sci-fi comedy. I could just watch it anytime. Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones are just perfect in it, and it's also really quotable. You got a little bit of entrail on you. What the heck is it, Edgar? Get your big butt back in the house. Number 65, Die Hard. Just what more can I say about Die Hard? It's just a perfect action movie, and all the acting is great. Bruce Willis and Alan Rickman are really good in the movie. Number 64, The Lego Movie. This is just a really clever animated movie. The animation and attention to detail is just mind-blowing. Aaron likes it a lot more than me, but it's still a really good animated movie. Number 63, Kingsman: The Secret Service. This is also one of my go-tos for a really fun and intense action movie. The church scene is just one of the greatest scenes in movie history, and it's just the perfect blend of style and comedy. Number 62, The Wind Rises, Miyazaki's most recent movie, and the animation is just beautiful like every other Ghibli movie, and it does a fantastic job of showing this one guy's love of planes. Number 61, Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. I finally watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and yeah, they're just some of the best fantasy movies ever made. The third one I like the best, and now it's my second favorite Best Picture winner. Number 60, The Iron Giant. Brad Bird is another one of my favorite directors, and his first movie is just a classic, fantastic story about a kid discovering this iron giant robot, and also has really great hand-drawn animation. Number 59, The Cornetto Trilogy, with Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and World's End. I like all three equally. They're just some of the best comedies ever made, and perfect subversions of different genres. Number 58, It's a Wonderful Life. What more could I say about this? It's just a perfect Christmas movie, and it has one of the best third acts of any movie. and also really quotable.
Well, you want the moon? Say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and bring it down. Number 57, The Blues Brothers. This is one of the funniest movies ever made. When I first watched it, I was just laughing my ass off throughout the entire third act. Number 56, National Treasure. This is a really underrated Disney movie. It's just a great adventure and also a great heist movie. Number 55, Enchanted. This just brings me back to the good old days of 2007. The songs are just perfect, and it's one of the best live-action Disney movies ever made. Number 54, The Pirates of the Caribbean Trilogy. These are the best live-action Disney movies ever made, or at least the first one is, but I also really enjoy 2 and 3. They're just so fun, and the characters are just so interesting to watch. Now, I'm going to stop here because there are 3 movies that I added to my top 50 after I made my top 50 favorite films video, and those are number 39 and number 38, The Shop Around the Corner and It Happened on Fifth Avenue. These are just 2 amazing classic movies that take place during Christmas. Shop Around the Corner is about 2 store clerks that hate each other but are secretly pen pals, and It Happened on Fifth Avenue is basically Parasite in New York, but without all the dark stuff, mixed with You Can't Take It With You, mixed with Trading Places. These 2 are just so overlooked and more people need to watch them. And finally, number 35, Soul. You guys knew I would like this. The animation in this movie is the best computer animation I've ever seen. And the themes of just living your life and finding out what your purpose is in life is just so relatable. I'm an unboard soul and I want to stay at the U seminar. And because the Oscars always do the opposite of what I want, it didn't get nominated for Best Picture or Best Original Screenplay. And wasn't the point in 2009 where they extended it to 10 categories to nominate more movies? Because after 2010, every year had either 8 or 9 movies nominated for Best Picture, and this year they only had 8, so why couldn't Soul be number 9? Oh, and I also got Caso Cagliostro on Blu-ray. So that was my top 100 to 50 favorite films, and I know most people don't have a list of their top 100 favorite films, but this list isn't really concrete. Sometimes the order can change, and other times I can watch new movies and then put them in the list and then boot some off. So thank you all for subscribing and for watching our videos.